Welcome back, everybody. In today's video, we're going to be analyzing AUD, USD. The bulls are back in full force and they are targeting the 2025 highs. As you can see here, the market did exactly what I said it would do in my previous video. It came back down to this trend line, which is very important. It bounced off of it, and now it's going up even more. As long as the price stays above this trend line, the overall bias is going to be bullish. And the next target, like I said in my previous video, is going to be the 2025 highs at 618. Now that 2025 high is very close. We're only about 30 pips away from it. If the bulls can break this high, this is going to open up a lot of room for further upside potential in this pair. The next level after that is going to be 625. That's the 2022 high. And then the next major level after that is going to be 630, which is a very important psychological level. So the bulls have their work cut out for them. They've got about 30 pips to go to reach that first major level. But if they can get there, then the next two levels are going to be at 625 and 630. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of resistance up at these levels. These are very strong levels. So it's not going to be easy for the bulls to push the price up there. They're going to need some help. And that help may come in the form of a weaker than expected US dollar. As you know, right now the US dollar is the strongest it's been in over 20 years. It's been on a tear lately, but what if the dollar starts to weaken? What if we start to see a pullback in US dollar strength? Well, that could help the AUD, because it would mean that demand for the US dollar is starting to fade, and that could allow the Australian dollar to rise. Now, the Australian dollar is a commodity currency. It's very much tied to the price of commodities, such as oil and copper and gold. And right now, commodities are in a bit of a slump. They're not doing well. But if we start to see a recovery in commodity prices, that could also help the Australian dollar. The other thing that could help the Australian dollar is if we start to see some risk appetite return to the market. Right now, investors are very risk-averse. They're in a risk-off mode. They've been selling risky assets and buying safe haven assets like the US dollar and the Japanese yen. But what if investors start to feel a little bit more comfortable with taking on risk? Well, that could help the Australian dollar, because it would mean that they rebuying riskier assets like stocks and bonds and commodities, and that would boost up the Australian dollar. So the bulls have their work cut out for them. They've got some big levels to overcome, but they're not impossible levels. The Australian dollar could get a boost from a weaker US dollar, a recovery in commodity prices, and a return of risk appetite. All of those things could happen, and they would help the Australian dollar. So the bulls have their work cut out for them. But it's not impossible. They've got some big levels to overcome, but if they can do it, the next target is going to be 630. That's all I got for this video. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like this video, hit the dislike button. Either way, I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one.